Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dishonored. There are more big, bad, butcher, bastard bots to beat. Oh yeah. Oh. And about bots. I have just screwed the previous episode because I died and had to walk around through the entire section of the game, which I don't really want to do. And I still don't want to use that autosave or quick save button. Yeah, I'm being persistent. So far I haven't yet found any proper clues as to which part in Corvo's story this mission should run parallelly with. Yeah, the next step of mine is probably going to be up there in the office. But before, I would like to specify a bit my future goals in terms of investigation and what exactly I want to investigate. I wanted to investigate the parallelism of two stories, that of Dowd's and that of Corvo's, and so far I get no references. Apart from a couple of links featuring recent Corvo's escape from Coldridge. So this mission should arguably run parallelly with the High Overseer Campbell part, if memory serves. Okay, but I have already played through the game up until the moment with Anton Sokolov, and I think that also has a certain grounds behind that, because there is the point in a game where the first arc pylon appears, marking the level of difficulty of the game so far, and the first mission of Dowd's is introduced with another arc pylon in the very first mission, right there in the very first yard I am entering. So, to a certain extent, if we are measuring storyline, this mission runs parallelly with High Overseer Campbell, and if we are measuring the difficulty of the game, this mission is parallel to the Anton Sokolov mission number 4. That's the fourth mission of Corvo's. So, choose as you will, ladies and gentlemen, whichever basis suits you best. What is the bookkeeping for? Management and... what? Yeah, management and bookkeeping. There's a reflection of the sun, which falls so beautifully on this transparent here. That makes it difficult to read from this angle. I like it. So far, I must also say that... come on. That Dowd's missions are more graphically enhanced. That's for certain. Hey, I want to enter this facility, and it seems I cannot. Alright, all in vain. All in vain. I will have to go out over here at that door. I don't think there is anything of interest up there in those little barrels here. And tanks, whichever those contain. Do those tanks contain whale oil? Do they process it? Oh my god, this is not even covered with anything. There are just metal bars over here. That should smell terribly. I should not really care, but hey. Oh no. No! Why do the rats have to whack up all the people I have so beautifully killed? I've been working on that. And the rats are just... here he comes. Can I just hop up on top of those pipes? No. Nobody cares. Over again. So, whatever. Looks like there is only one path I can choose. It's the killing floor. Right there. Since they force me to bump into more of those bastards. I've already heard that. Should you repeat that once again? Alright, the interesting thing is that... Oh my god, they are painting those whales with marks. What's that supposed to mean? I want to check one interesting thing. What happens?
You better believe it.
You better believe it. What? Let's just see what happens if I use an incendiary bolt. Or explosive bolt. This is supposed to be incendiary bolt, isn't it? I got only 2 so far, so they're pretty precious. As soon as that guy turns his back on me, let's just... Boom! It works.
Someone's down.
Oh no. I don't really want to mess around with the guys who can run. This is the worst idea possible. Because if they freaking run, they can do the same trick as they did the previous time. Normally I fight pretty nicely with blocking and attacking and blocking again and more attacking, but this time around I cannot just receive the guys. They charge at me, then knock me, rendering me unable to fend for myself for a brief second, and then they just one slice me. That's something I don't want to receive in my face.
You hear me?
I hear everything. At least I'm trying.
Oh, we can be chums if you come out. Pinky promise.
Pinky promise. This is only pinky promise. Oh yeah.
Thanks a lot.
Don't you break the pinky promise. Pinkamina Diane Pie knows what to do with you.
Quit hiding.
My hands are all itchy. We're gonna have so much fun together.
I ain't stupid. I know you're here. Come on out.
Okay, if he spots me, I am using the pistol.
The killer's run off.
Ah, he finally thinks I have run off. Oh yeah. Now you're mine. We gotta have fun! Alright. I should quit doing that. That's not the place. I should be as serious as I can, because now that we stop making fun of those guys, it can result in a pretty bloody pool of mess made from my own guts if I don't watch out. One dead, one choked. I will walk around with my fancy vision. Oh, there he is. There's the guy, right up there. Oh, you see, the rat's up already. Ooh. Oh my god, I have almost forgotten that they are dangerous. Now we are doing this way. There's one thing I should do. Probably throw a whale oil tank at that guy. Is it running away? You may go try running away. If memory serves, that guy is just terribly difficult to take on. I guess I won't end up dead. Because I don't want it to. Ah, there he is. There he is, there he is, there he is. I hope they won't just come out of everywhere all of a sudden. Now, that place seems to be relatively safe. If that guy is the only one out there, I am pretty nice. But if that guy randomly decides to just get down over here, that would be terrible. How am I supposed to catch up with the guy? That's the question.
If I get another chance at this guy, he's fish bait.
You're fish bait, bro. You're mine now. Okay. Are we settled? That's a deal. I just keep feeling like a maniac in this game. Because I'm sneaking and stalking and choking and... a worthy reward for my trouble. How many runes do we have so far? We got 3. And that technically means we can take anything we like. For example, the jump height is increased and falling damage is reduced. But... now, let me just review this for a brief moment in time. I really, really want to grab that assassin power. But before I do... and I will definitely use that assassin power a lot of times in a game. Oh yeah, I want to do this so bad. I'll just use 2 runes for the time warp, and then I will try to do everything possible with my assassins, and that will be so nice. I have been dreaming of that since the very beginning of this playthrough, but I feel like I cannot do without my agility skill. At least one should be put right in here. And since there is only 1 rune, I guess the easier route will be to concentrate on longer blink first. Then I'll get 1 point in agility. What do we have for level 2? For level 2, we got overall movement speed, which is pretty nice as it is right now. I'll just use the teleportation to increase the distance between me and my opponents, and I should really get 2 runes over here in warp time, I guess. Or shall I not? Shall I just completely screw the warp time? Or bend time, or whatever that is. I'll see. I will consider that still. Let it be a surprise for you, because I haven't yet made up my mind on that. So we got Is this Rothwild? I have finally got who this BR is. It's Rothwild's signature here, right? Anton. This thing was found in the belly of catch number 184 when we were processing it. I've seen plenty of weird things in a whale's gut, but never one of these. Must have consumed it in the deep, and I think it's been in there since there quite a while. Don't ask me how I can tell. If you have any ideas on what this may be, please inform me. One of these was recovered back in the month of Wind, but I haven't seen it or the man that found it since then. Okay. That is a back reference for the guy who grew the claws and climbed up high to write the letter in blood. Yeah. What's this Rothwild's name again? Electrocuting a whale. Oh, more of this. With Anton Sokolov's voice. I have set up the device to stimulate the whale's nervous system, with the intention that doing so will prolong the secretions to squeeze more of the precious fluid from each catch. Unfortunately, the device can lead to the instant death of the beast if too much power is used. Filling both tanks and activating the device extinguishes all life function in an instant. A painless and quick experience for the whale, but the loss of the additional revenue that can be generated by sustaining it as long as possible. Anton Sokolov. Gotta plug the tanks here. They technically offer me to plug the tanks. I mean, there's not a single corpse I can leave around that wouldn't be eaten by the rats. Just throw an innocent piece of meat and it will be eaten by the rats. Come on. Should I hide all the bodies? Should I care for that as well? Alright, one tank. Shall I end up the miserable fate of the whale? Oh my god, it bleeds. It bleeds profoundly. Oh my god. Don't get me wrong. I have nothing against the sight of blood. I have nothing against anything like that. Blood and games. I eat it with breakfast. But I'm kind of trying to be moral here. So my morality actually asks me to care for the fate of the beastie. Because these guys would just torture the thing forever. They would just make it scream up until the very end of its miserable existence. Because it no longer lives. And I don't think there is any opportunity for me to just get it back into the ocean. Get it back into the sea. Even if I throw it somehow into the Rainhaven River, I think it won't do. I think it would be just the poor demise of the being. It has bled so bad. And it wouldn't go anywhere in the river. It should be in the deep ocean. The river won't cut it, so I guess I should do this, right? Sometimes, you know, animals seem better than the human beings. Especially if those human beings are carrying the saws with whale oil batteries at the back. I have to say sorry, but okay. Judging by the sound, it wasn't all that painless, as Anton Sokolov would say, because it has just howled the last farewell to the light. But at least it will never suffer anymore. We're good to go. We're good to go. Alright. I still feel like a bastard to a certain extent. But I have done the holy work here. It still bleeds. But it doesn't care any longer. That was fast enough. Let's just assume it was fast enough. It didn't suffer longer than it would be. Alright. The only thing that remains for me is just to take everything that I can take over here, deal with Rothwild, and be on my way out. And I haven't found anything about Delilah so far. And I don't have any idea if there will be anything about Delilah over here. I don't think there will be. There are no signs. And I guess Rothwild will get his share of violence, but it's not what I'm here for. It's not the avenging the workers issue. How do I get to the upper office? How do I get to the upper office? How do I get to the upper Her office? I don't have any idea. Unless I will use something like fancy blinkies. Oh yeah. Rothwild's office. By the way, I am not sure if I'm pronouncing it correctly. Should it be Rothwild or Rothwild? I guess. I will peep through the hole. I don't see anybody inside. Slaughterhouse offices. Nothing. And no one. This is really weird. And by the way, I haven't found anything regarding the safe numbers, so maybe there is something in these papers. Ames negotiations. G. I don't seem to be able to put my finger on it right now. Who the hell that G Mr. or Mrs. or Miss is. So, Mr. Rothwild. My research on Abigail Ames has turned up nothing. She has no close kin that we can leverage. Looks like the plague took her sister and mother. Her father died on a whaling ship of your predecessor about 10 years ago. As far as blackmail goes, she's got no secrets I could uncover. Devout as an overseer, it seems. Not surprising, since she's rejected every blackmail offer to come her way. I don't think she's making a power play. She seems to legitimately have best interest in the laborers in mind. All right. But this is exactly what Mr. Rothwild is against. As I interview the workers, it seems she really has them in thrall. They'll do whatever she says, and their belief in her is absolute. If something happens to her, as in like an accident or something, I expect they'll riot. I'll keep searching for an angle on her, but in the meantime, I advise leaving her intact. It might be worth even considering some of her reforms. I know that doesn't suit you, but at least it would buy some time to get the workers back in here. The butchers lack the finer skills to keep this place operational. Your servant G. Well, looks like your obedient servant D is about to settle the issue. And we got the interrogation here too. Butcher Foreman Granville. Alright, another butcher's letter. Interrogation.
Should I try doing something like this, like as though I'm talking from the mask? If you can still tell one word from one another. Rothwild. The interrogation chair is set up in the meat locker and fully powered. We have run some test runs, and a few of the most problematic laborers. They'll spill all of their secrets very quickly. They seem to die easily after about 4 treatments. She's ready for you whenever you need her.
Oh, this is very bad. This is very bad. Nothing new though. We got a pistol in here. And we got 2 sleep darts for us too. Wish I could lay my hands on that bone charm, but it seems to be pretty well covered behind the code locker. Well, maybe we can do something with that audiograph.
What a sad song the old behemoth sings.
Oh yeah.
Looks right at me when I sit here to have my nightcap. Yeah, look at me. A fly next to you, but I'm your master, ain't I? Kill 100 of your kind and I'll kill 1,000
drinking your power, hey, eh?
Drain you, then feed you to my butchers. The mournful cries of the whales don't touch that lot. No, sir. They don't have hearts, I think. I'm the
Idiot.
outsider. I think I still have a small one. Shriveled and blackened as it may be. Yes, sing me a lullaby while I have another drink. Sing.
That guy is a complete pervert. He likes the sounds of whales being butchered. He should be... Oh my god, I have no words to describe how much I loathe that guy. Is there anything of interest for me over here? Maybe some papers or something? I should find the code numbers. I haven't found that Jack person yet, and I'm not sure we'll be able to find anybody. Or any code. There are 2 lockers that I have to open, and there is none of them that I can open so far. Knock knock. I clearly remember there were some guys somewhere still workable or something. I have...
You were working for Ram. How long?
Oh, there we go.
How much does he know by now?
Is that Rothwild questioning...
This is about fair pay and safe conditions.
Don't bother. You're not the first of his calls. Whatever. I trust him. Extra elixir rations, bonuses.
Should approach
You're
closer.
about to see that my generosity is counterbalanced by a very inhumane side.
Oh yeah, he's questioning
Mr. Rothwild, Bundry.
Don't
Ames,
call me
right?
that privilege is lost to you.
You don't know Ramsey. When he comes for me, he'll kill you. He'll gut you like the street filth you are, and feed you to the rats.
Now it comes out. No one is coming. I've broken your strike, and my butchers are the finest fighters in Dunwall.
Seriously,
Miss Ames.
I have
you're about
disabled
to
all of
find
them.
out a few things I learned when I was a gaffer. I can do things that don't even hurt at first. This conversation is going to last a long, long time.
Okay. He doesn't even know, but I'm gonna poison him. I'm gonna poison him right now. If he doesn't spot me all of a sudden. For some reason I cannot even think of. So. Hello.
Is anyone there?
What should I do with Ames? What does my super guide tell me to do? I should question her. How can I possibly question her? Question Abigail Ames and place Bundry Rothwild into interrogation chair. That's exactly what I will do, by all means. But what's with Ames? Shall I come to her?
I'm Abigail Ames. I'm not a friend of Rothwild.
Okay. You're not a friend.
I know.
Hello.
Dowd.
Yeah, I
You're the
am.
Knife of Dunwall.
Nice to meet you. I'll carry the knife out.
He's still
That guy
breathing.
has seen his
I assume
last.
that's on purpose.
Yeah, I am. You know anything?
Well, Dowd, what do you want with me?
I'm not here for you.
Yeah.
I'm here to learn about a ship called the Delilah.
Did the Lord Regent send you? That old fool,
No.
Hiram Burrows.
No.
I know
I'm
all
doing the
about
private
Delilah.
job here.
All of it. And I can give you exactly what you want.
Please do.
Not so fast. I need something from you in exchange.
That's what
Oh,
I thought.
seriously.
What?
We're both professionals, Mr. Dowd. I
Alright.
was hired to get these gutless workers striking, which I did very nicely. and then destroy the slaughterhouse itself. That's where I got caught, and that's where I need your help.
How?
The whale oil in those tanks out there is enough to destroy this entire place. The important industrial bits, especially. Just
Seriously?
open all the valves at once to let the oil start flowing. The pressure will go out of control, and boom.
What about the people
Boom?
inside?
You're a
Drawing
pyromaniac.
instructions? The factory workers are already out. My boss will hire them on, in better conditions than they'd ever see here. Not the butchers, though. They can die screaming for all I care.
Don't try and con
okay.
me.
Wouldn't dream of it. Here's the key. Don't get
Okay.
caught. You take care of the slaughterhouse, and I'll tell you everything I know about the Delilah.
You know, I could put you in Rothwild's interrogation chair myself. Why should I bargain with you?
Yeah.
Because it's a long and messy solution. And I'm gambling you're not the kind of man who likes that. Make a deal with me,
What?
and I can tell you what you want, and pay you for your trouble.
I'll consider it.
Okay. She offers me another way to deal with the whole situation here. She offers me to literally burn the place to the crisp. Oh no, 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 no way. Now that I'm starting to think about this, measuring the ideas I have in mind, I'm playing as Dowd, who is assassin, and I'm not really caring much for spilling someone's guts. That's true. But wreaking havoc in the city is not something I would love to do. If I start destroying things left and right, that would not help neither me nor anybody else in the city. Because only bandits can think about such things. Destroy, 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 and then some more destruction going on. I'm not playing that way. Bondry Rothwild the Opportunist. Let's learn some more about that gaffer. Oh man, that's a lot of reading, except from an investigator's report. Young Rothwild was never convicted for any of the killings. In all cases, the courts ruled that he had acted in self-defense or in the defense of his property. Interesting, so he's pretty smart and dangerous too. Not that his property was substantial. The Rothwilds were not a family of means and depended heavily on the charity of the Abbey of the Everyman. The senior Rothwild went down with the whaling ship Huntress, and Bondry was only 10 years old. His mother, Ruth, was lost the following year to the industrial accident in the bottle-making factory where she worked. Battle-making factory, though, might sound interesting. Rothwild became the sole guardian. Okay, Rothwild became the sole guardian for his younger brother and managed to support them both by hanging around the labor and odd jobs for the whalers who had known his father or others on the Huntress. By then, Bondry Rothwild was clearly familiar with the Club of the Knife and was no stranger to odd occurrences. Yeah. So he's pretty a dark person here. So I should not mess around with him. He's definitely marked as a villain or as a villainous being in here. So what I'm not really sure about is that Ames figure. At first I thought she was a nice person and cared for the laborers and things like that, but now I'm not all that sure. She's playing her games. She's shifting the tide over here and playing around with power. She's hired by someone, I'm not sure who, so she keeps her secrets to herself. I keep mine. So, one way or another, I don't feel like I can trust her or play into her hands. I should stick to my own goals, right? that means burning the whole facility is not something I would love to do. Even though I can still get the high chaos result, which I don't care about, I want this to be achieved accidentally. I want this to be a surprise for myself, and I guess, if memory serves, if I burn the whole facility down and destroy everything, including the butchers, that would be just terrible. That would lead to high chaos level, and I would make it deliberately. I don't want to make it deliberately, so that's the case. Things went from bad to worse for Rothwild when on his 13th birthday his younger sibling was taken by the overseers. Oh yeah, picked for the prophecy business. Allegedly, the boy failed the successive trials and did not return home. Oh my god, he died. Probably, because what else could the overseers do to him? Rothwild lacked the funds to pay an investigator, and no subsequent hint of his brother's fate has ever been learned. The latest tragedy to befall Bondry Rothwild instilled in him a view that the world itself was malevolent and hungry for life, especially innocent life. Ah, you see what your stupid customs lead to? People get broken. Oh my god, this place. This society. Oh my god. Something sometimes makes such a great sense to me, like, it makes sense that taking children from parents without asking their permission, without asking children what they would like to do, is not good. It's so evident that this custom should be cancelled as hazardous for the society. No way we do that, right? We believe in some freaking gods we are calling out. We don't even know who their gods are. They're overseers. They don't normally say what they believe in. Some 7 strictures of a sort. After a time of black mourning, he approached the whaling ship cutter and began learning the trade from the crew. Rothwild took to whaling with great success. At sea, he hunted the beasts with a single-minded purpose and would take extraordinary risks in locating and harpooning his prey. Among the crew, these men he could not beat senseless. He outwitted. In short order, he petitioned the maritime barrister Arnold Timsch to grant young Rothwild a whaling license, paying the significant fees himself rather than relying on a sponsor for the funds. The rapid ascent of Bundy Rothwild. There is Bundry and there is Bundy. That should be the short one for his name, right? So his ascent began. Well, I got it. His life was broken. He got offended. Everything got to shit with him. Nobody cared for him. But, why should we care? We shouldn't. So we got whale oil flow valve, and there is a second valve, right? Valve 3. Oh, there are lots of valves all around the place. 4 valves. But, you know what, little lady there? I guess I will just question that guy the way I can. Injury report code. Oh my god. My pronunciation sucks. 5 injuries have been reported over the span of 1 week, resulting in 2 fatalities. Fatality. Shall we execute a fatality on Bundry Rothwild? I cannot wait. But there's another. Shipment manifest. Let's read everything we have here before the end of this episode, and I'll save the torturing of Bundry Rothwild for the next one. Alright, Captain Whiters. Oh. All of the cargo destined for Samara Tivia has been approved. Please delay loading until just before departure. This is a special delivery that was to be prepared for Foreman Ames. But she has been detained at the moment, so that particular shipment is sustained for now. Oh, suspended, okay. If the special package has not been prepared by sundown, you may depart on schedule and other arrangements will be made. Remember, only our approval list of crewmen are allowed to handle this delicate cargo. Marine Clerk Wilhelmina Board, I guess. There's a lot to eat, though. It's nice. And furthermore, there are lots of things to read. Eating and reading. This is what this place is for. There's another book over here. Factory Management in Our Times. How do they manage this freaking factory? I'm not exactly sure. Except from a book covering the approaches and penalties behind Dunwall's dominant whaling houses. Oh, that's a lot. Seemingly, I will have to wait till I can actually read everything over here. Bundry Rothwild, report employee infractions to the management office. All workers must register for elixir rations at the management office. Okay, the good thing is that they still have rations for them. At least their lives are not in danger. One way or another, ladies and gentlemen, this whole place needs a thorough investigation. For any clues as to what Delilah's ship is, any clues where the code numbers are, any clues who this Miss Ames is as well. So I have a lot of reading to do, a lot of probably painful interrogation to conduct, which I will get to do at the beginning of the following episode of Dishonored, the Knife of Dunwall with Zauberhaft on ANZ, and for now, saying goodbye to you, ladies and gentlemen, signing out.